Well, there's an international flavour to this second semi-final of the Cuchulainn Cup. Leeds just qualified to get into the final, having beaten the Irish team Emerald Warriors. This time in the blue and white, it's the Portuguese side, DH and Libera, and they're up against the French side, Les Coqs Sportifs. And it's the Portuguese side who are straight away on the attack. Oh, they've dropped the ball, crucial moment, but maybe a chance here. Number 40 in and over for the try, but it's been disallowed. Referee has blown it up for previous infringement, and it's going to be a scrum to the French side.
Yeah, we just saw the attacking intent from this team there at the very beginning of the game, and I think it was number 29 Israel who actually made the initial break, and he got just a couple of metres from the line, but unfortunately the offload just went a bit forward.
Well, so many countries represented in this festival of rugby in DCU this weekend. We've already seen an English side get into the final. Will it be France or Portugal against them? Looks like an uncontested scrum there.
Yeah, I think the teams have an option of choosing uncontested or contested scrums before the game. So
France, we could call them France and Portugal, but hey, let's stick to the proper names. Les Coqs Sportifs and Les Coqs Festifs for the French side in black, and DH and Libera, the Portuguese side, in blue. Referee has blown up for a scrum to DH and Libera for a knock-on. Well, Portugal is not a country that we would normally associate with rugby. It's quite unusual to see a team from there at this festival of rugby.
It's fantastic to see so many different teams represented here, all for the love of the game, and no, it's absolutely fantastic.
Nice little jinking run there from the number 13, Manuela. Fabrizio taken down in the tackle. A lot of stoppages in this opening couple of minutes. We're going to have a line out, the first of the game.
But it's all been DH and Libera here in the opening 2.5 minutes of this game. Some really good runs, some really good passing, so be interesting to see if they can keep this up throughout the 40 minutes.
And of course the wind very much in their favour in the first half. They probably need to get a lead before half time. It'll be quite a challenge playing into that stiff breeze in the second half. Oh, lovely leap there from the number 32 for the French side. They've got possession here. DH and Libera really penning them back. Oh, that was a high challenge. Referee quick to blow the whistle. And a warning for the Portuguese number 46, Daniela, for that high challenge. If he does it again, I'm pretty sure he will get a yellow card.
Yeah, that was a very strong carry from the Les Coqs Festifs hooker there. token. He seems like a very big lad, so it'll be interesting to see if they just try and get the ball into his hands a lot. He made a very powerful carry there before succumbing to a high tackle.
So following the penalty, the line out to the French side, Les Coqs Festifs. Well, both these sides have got this far, semi-final of the Cuchulainn Cup, so they've shown some good form in this festival of rugby over Friday and Saturday, and now here we are Sunday morning, penultimate stage of the competition. Both sides will be desperate to play Leeds in the final, and it's a penalty to Les Coqs Sportifs, which they take quickly, keeping the ball in hand against this strong breeze. Not a bad tactic. And another penalty. A lot of infringements from the Portuguese team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now if the referee will be keeping track of these throughout the game, as we saw a dramatic yellow card at the end of our last match.
Not the best of kicks, and then the knock on by the Portuguese player, but it's worked out well for the French side. They're going to get a scrum all the way from practically on their own goal line, and here they are in a good attacking position now. I think this certainly is their first attacking scrum of the game. 20 minutes aside in this Cuchulainn Cup semi-final. Alex picking it up and going. Keeping it tight, Les Coqs Sportifs. I keep saying Sportif, it's Festif. They don't get sponsorship from that big clothes manufacturing company. Good tackle from the number 34, Umberto, but the Coqs Festifs were bursting on, but look, excellent counter-attack here from DH and Libera, and pace from the number 8, away he goes. Terry all the way, nobody's going to catch him. He should have gone under the posts, he could have. That's a wonderful try from DH and Libera to give them the lead with the wind in this first half. It's DH and Libera 5, Les Coqs Festifs 0.
So he definitely deserves a breather after that one, because he pretty much ran the length of the field. Fantastic effort. Fair play to DH and Libera, because they identified just the quick turnover ball and they spread it wide, saw that there was some space and some big men out in the wing there.
I think one of the Coqs Festifs players might have pulled a hamstring as he tried to get back, but a magnificent try by Terry. One of the best we've seen this weekend. He must have run, 80 metres to get that. So the conversion to follow. We don't have a number 44 in our team list, so we can't tell you who put that ball over the crossbar, but that's a wonderful conversion to make it 7-0.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, because we've seen so many conversion attempts throughout the weekend, and you know, it is quite difficult to get them over, so that was absolutely fantastic, especially considering it was about halfway between the touchline and the posts.
Well, a bit of a setback for the French side, Les Coqs Festifs. But playing into this wind, a massive disadvantage. So it's DH and Libera to receive possession from the kickoff. Well caught by Umberto. Oh, pity, that was a bad pass, and down it goes. Knock on, scrum to Les Coqs Festifs. Well, we saw a fantastic first semi-final. Leeds getting the better of the Emerald Warriors, second 15, with a dramatic late penalty kick, winning by 8 points to 5. Little kick into the space. That went backwards. The referee, though, giving a knock on. Advantage to Les Coqs Festifs, but they've got possession. He'll blow it back now for the scrum to the French side.
Yeah, it was just the number 19 there for DH and Libera, Gonzalo. He just wasn't able to hold on to the ball, and he knocked it forward. So it's a really good opportunity here for Les Coqs Festifs to get a try on the board and to hit back from that early disappointment.
Certainly looks like Les Coqs Festifs have the advantage up front in terms of the size of the pack, but with these uncontested scrums, they can't really use that. Bursting forward, the number 6, Alex. Driving into the fringes. This is good work. Very close, but knocked into touch. Good defence from DH and Libera. And they'll get the line out, but so close to their own line.
I suppose the only advantage to those uncontested scrums is if you really back your backs, because you're going to get clean ball no matter what. So if you have a little few moves kind of in the back pocket, you know, and you can utilise them to the best of your ability, I suppose whatever team can do that, the better is going to come out on top.
Halfway through this first half, very good line out from DH and Libera. The kick away, sailing on the wind, right back into the Les Coqs Festifs half. That's really good play from Joe. Gathering the loose ball. And the whistle's gone again here. Joe went to ground. Now what's he going to decide on?
Looks to be an injury here.
He was very quick to blow up the play there, the referee, when Joe went to ground. So attention needed for the Les Coqs Festifs player. Seems to be in some pain. Certainly if you... Well, let's have a look at this. This was the position from which Joe picked up the ball, went on this long run, and then he just twisted. I think he twisted his knee as he came down there.
That looks like a sore one, alright. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on his feet.
His leg just turned rather awkwardly, and there's a lot of people out there giving him some help. Well, no doubt there will be a lot of added time for this injury. All of the Les Coqs Sportifs players, or Les Coqs Festifs players, are applauding Joe as he gets to his feet, thank goodness. Rolling substitutes allowed in this format of the game, 20 minutes aside. So it'll be play to resume with an uncontested scrum. And the put in from the French team by their scrum half, Mathieu. Driving down the short side. 7-0 down. Keeping it in the pack most of the time, playing into this stiff breeze. A lot of power in this rolling maul. And then they use it. Very good tackle that time by Teddy for DH and Libera. Ball is loose, and it's a turnover for the Portuguese side. certainly look like they've got some very tricky runners. The scrum half disrupted there. That was good defensive work by Les Coqs Festifs.
Yeah, just a nice example of counter-rucking there in that game. That we saw in the previous game, I should say, and we just saw it again there in that instance. So putting the pressure on the scrum half there, and the ball went forward.
So the scrum to Les Coqs Festifs. 7-0 down. Pick up and drive down the short side, very close to the touchline, but he stayed in. It's been turned over by DH and Libera. The hooker Antonio. Quick hands. Good possession this for DH and Libera. Referee has given a penalty. Did you see what that was for, Sean?
No, I didn't. There must have been something here on the near side. I did notice something in the breakdown there, actually. It looked like the Les Coqs Festifs player had his hands on the ball when he was on the ground at the ruck, so the referee could have been playing an advantage for that one.
So the kick driven down the side for a line out to DH and Libera, who have the lead from that marvellous try by Terry. Stam to throw it in, the hooker. Referee's not happy, he's going to have this taken again. Stam throws it in, lovely gather at the front. Terry hitting it at pace, but he couldn't hang on. And this time the scrum will go to Les Coqs Festifs for that knock-on.
Would have been interesting there if he was able to hold on to that ball. We saw the pace that he showed in the build-up, or in his pretty much solo effort for that first try. So he's definitely a danger man for DH and Libera. So unfortunate situation there to knock it on, but a little let off there for the French side.
I wonder if the uncontested scrums might be because there's been some injuries to these sides in the run-up to this semi-final, and they don't have the requisite number of props and hookers, etc.
Definitely, yeah, because it's a safety issue at the end of the day. Like, if you don't have the players with you with their required experience to go in there, it's just going to be dangerous. So you can't allow it.
There was a knock on there by Les Coqs Festifs, so a scrum this time to DH and Libera. Portugal playing from left to right, France playing from right to left in this breezy day at the Union Cup weekend, the Festival of Rugby. We're at the semi-final stage of the Cuchulainn Cup, and it's DH and Libera with that lead given to them by that magnificent try from Terry, and here he is, offloading it outside to Gonzalo, who managed to secure possession. DH and Libera love to run with the ball, that's for sure. They're more of a loose playing team. Les Coqs Festifs, more of a powerhouse side with big men up front. Contrast in styles, but it's DH and Libera who are doing the better here. With the breeze, away goes the number 10. Really good into the 22. Chance to advance on their 7-0 lead at the moment. DH and Libera driving in the ruck. Have they got possession? Yes, they do. Ball is dropped and the penalty is given, and with the wind, a chance here for DH and Libera to maybe extend their lead with a penalty kick.
That'll be huge if they can extend their lead here as we approach maybe about 7 or 8 minutes now until halftime.
Well, obviously they don't have a a kicker, but they've gone for the line and they're over and they've got the try. Good decision from the Portuguese side. Second try of the match to them. 12-0 now the scoreline with the conversion to come. And a really important moment in this game.
Really strong carry for the big man there, and even just showed really great dexterity just to keep that ball under his arm, and he was able to extend it out and to touch it down when he was under tremendous pressure.
So here is the chance with the breeze, although it is going across the pitch, not fully behind the kicker, but it's certainly helping rather than hindering. And this could make it 14-0 approaching half-time. Though the French side, Les Coqs Festifs, will be hoping to maybe mount a comeback with the wind in the second half. Well, the wind's so strong, the ball won't even stay on the tee. He got a really good kick for the first conversion.
We also have a little toddler trying to get onto the pitch, maybe to hold the ball for the out half here. Thankfully his mother got him back out.
Umberto is the one who's putting his hand in the line of duty. And here comes the kick, beautifully struck. Looking for the flags, no, not raised. It was wide of the posts, but that's a substantial lead for DH and Libera as we approach half-time. 12-0. Of course, there will be time added on for that lengthy injury for Joe. To Joe. And now the whistle goes for half-time, and it's the Portuguese side, DH and Libera, who have the two-try advantage in this Cú Chulainn Cup semi-final. Half-time here, DH and Libera 12, Les Coqs Festifs 0. So it's Jonathan to kick off for Les Coqs Festifs, who find themselves 12 points in arrears at the start of this second half, but with the aid of a stiff breeze that certainly should have be a factor in this second half. These two sides looking to secure a place in the Cuchulainn Cup semi-final, final as it will be against Leeds later today. And again, it's a really good handling by DH and Libera as they burst away. When they keep the ball in hand and pass it quickly, they look very dangerous. That's certainly their strength. Some very good skills. Number 7 there, Constantino, taken to ground and then holding on, so the penalty will go to Les Coqs Festifs. Get on with it really quickly, trying to catch DH and Libera out. Bit of a blind pass that, but they have secured possession. Big 33, Fadi trying to power his way through. Great tackling by DH and Libera, and they've managed to wriggle it away. Oh, wonderful work this by the number 20 Fabrizio. Well, that's really good counter-attacking rugby by the Portuguese side. Pedro was the one who eventually gave away the knock-on, and it's going to be a scrum to the French side, but look where they're starting from, well inside their own 22.
Yeah, it was a great effort there from Fabrizio. He put in an absolute massive hit here just on our sideline, just in front of our commentary position, and we could hear the noise of the impact, and then he had the ability to rip the ball at the same time as he was making the tackle to break into the 22.
So Les Coqs Festifs under pressure, 12 points down. Need to make something happen soon. That's a good kick away. Cross to cover is Gonzalo, but it's out of play for the line out to DH and Libera. Well, the pace of this match not up to the same kind of tempo that we saw between Leeds and the Emerald Warriors. You'd have to think that Leeds would be the favourite when it comes to the final against whichever of these sides get through.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself. Leeds just have that little bit more structure about them, and they just seem to be, I don't know, a little bit more experienced as well. They probably play at a higher level back in England than whoever's going to win this game anyway in their respective countries. So I think Leeds could be the favourite no matter which team they put in. But what I like about these two teams at least is that there's some really talented individuals. Like we saw Terry make score that try in the first half, just incredible pace. So it'll be interesting to see the two different stylistic matchups in the final.
And even with these two sides, there is a big contrast in styles. The French team more powerful without maybe the same flair that the Portuguese side have. That was a high challenge, but the referee lets it go. Now what can Les Coqs Festifs do? Need to get on the scoreboard. That came off the number 14, Marouane, but it went backwards. They have got the penalty though, the French team. And with the wind at their backs, they really do need to take advantage of this.
Yeah, it's a very good opportunity here, so they'll be aiming to get it as close to the try line as possible.
Jonathan with the penalty kick. Oh, he didn't find touch. That's a big mistake. Well caught by Gonzalo. And here's Terry, who scored from this position in the first half. Can he do it again? Oh, good pass out, and great hands that time from the number 6, Proga. Out of play it goes for a line out to Les Coqs Festifs. That was great counter-attacking rugby again from DH and Libera.
Just shows you how dangerous they are when they get the ball in open space. They got those speedsters, you know, we saw Terry there, and even number 6, Praka, he was has a bit of pace about him, but unfortunately he was just put into touch there on the far side.
So the line out coming up. Nicely gathered, really well played. JP, I think it was, who gathered that in for Les Coq Festifs, and they're trying to drive the maul here. It's been held up, referee telling them to play it, and they've done it really well. Third phase possession for Les Coqs Festifs. Still they drive on. Slow ball, but they have got possession. This is about the fifth phase. More good work up front from the French side, but they've lost it here, or have they? No, offside. That's going to be a penalty. So maybe something at the end of this for the French team, and now the referee, I think, is taking it forward another 10 because of something that was said.
As we've seen in the other games throughout this competition, you know, obviously fair play and respect is a big factor in this competition over the weekend. So the referees are definitely clamping down on any little back chat like that, as we just saw there.
Jonathan with the kick to the side. There wasn't anybody really defending that touchline from DH and Libera, so real good opportunity this for Les Coqs Festifs to strike back. Line out inside the 22.
Yeah, the French side definitely have the wind in their sails at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get some points on the board here.
Line out's going to be taken short and knocked backwards rather clumsily, but they have got possession. Umberto burrowing in there for DH and Libera, trying to prevent Les Coqs Festifs from getting any momentum here. Oh, pity, bad pass. The big forward couldn't catch the ball, and that's going to give possession back to the Portuguese side.
Yeah, it's just disappointing after all the hard work that the French side, the Coqs Festifs, put into the last couple of minutes to work their way all the way up to this end of the pitch, and just for a poor pass there on the shoelaces of the big forward there, and you can't blame him for not collecting that one.
Yeah, that was Coqs who couldn't catch the ball, but you don't expect a man who probably weighs something close to 100 kilos to pick the ball up from his bootstraps.
No, you certainly don't.
And now the Portuguese doing what they love to do, but Terry misses the ball that time. Picked up nicely by Gonzalo, but he's got the penalty. Referee not happy with that tackle by the number 7 man.
It's an interesting one, because I thought there was actually a knock-on just a couple of seconds before the penalty was given away. So
poor kick to touch. Jonathan for the French side, and here they come again. Fadi, big forward with lots of power. Coqs taken to ground. French team don't seem to have too much in the backs, that's why they keep it up front. Great power from Alex driving in. And now the kick ahead, but Umberto is there. Oh, beautiful skill. Umberto through the challenges, has the pace to take it into the half and well away from their danger area, which is just what they need at this stage. Great recycling of the ball there, good tight passing. They really are a skillful team when it comes to the passing, and now a great chance, and it looks like they're going to get the third try. Oh, that's brilliant work by Fabrizio under the posts. Surely the clincher for DH and Libera with 3/4 of this match gone. A third try for them to make it 17 points to 0.
Yeah, they've just been so clinical throughout this game. You know, they're actually, the French side were dominating possession throughout the second half, and you know, once they get a sniff, they spread the ball wide, and they just had the speedsters in the back line, like Fabrizio in this instance, who's just going to put on the afterburners and he's going to get over.
Oh, that's glory indeed for DH and Libera, who surely feel now that they're on the cusp of the Cuchulainn Cup final that will be played later today against Leeds, and this conversion to follow. Over the sticks it goes, and it is a 19 points to nil lead for the Portuguese side. Who would have thought it, eh? Portuguese team about to get into the final of a rugby tournament, but this is such an international game these days.
No, it's great to see, and they have a lot of talent throughout their squad, and we're seeing a mixture of big guys, but definitely a lot of pace and skill in the back line as well.
So two magnificent tries. The first one from Terry, the third try from Fabrizio. Both lengthy runs at the end of really skillful pieces of play by DH and Libera. And even with the wind at their backs, the French side have been unable to find a way back into this game. Just over 8 minutes to go. That looked like a high challenge, but great power from Constantino taking it into contact. And DH and Libera with beautiful skills across the back line. Coqs, Festifs, Marouane taken to ground under pressure, and the referee blows it up.
We've just seen there, even Terry, he just has it all in his game at the moment. Like, he did really well to get over that ball at the ruck and just paint a really good picture to the referee to try and win that penalty, and he did that. So
just what DH and Libera would want, playing into the stiff breeze, the clock ticking, and they have a penalty inside the Les Coqs Festifs half. And the little scrum half waiting for the setup here for this uncontested scrum. And don't be surprised if we see DH and Libera spinning this one along the back line. Here they go through the challenges. The tackling of the French side not the best, and here comes Terry again. Umberto on his outside, taken to ground I think by Sylvain, but a great attacking platform this for DH and Libera. Another score will surely clinch it. They've got a penalty if they don't get through to the line. The referee had already signalled an advantage.
Thiago just tried to take it quickly there, but he didn't take it from the correct mark. So, but yeah, very quick thinking here, and looks like they might do it again with another quick tap penalty.
The number 7 signalling that maybe they'll take a scrum because they know they'll get possession from that. Constantino.
And we just saw from the uncontested scrum here on the near side what that back line can do. They had some lovely little movement there, some decoy runners, and then they spread it wide where they got the pacey guys out in the wing, and now all of a sudden we're 5 metres away from the French try line. So I think we might see the ball coming out towards the backs again.
Even in these tricky conditions, the handling of the Portuguese players has been excellent.
Yeah, it's been superb.
Umberto going on the blind side, but they go to the open instead. Quick hands again. Terry this time knocked to ground. That was the commentator's curse, I think. First time we've seen a handling error from them.
Yeah, and it was the 2 try scorers for the Portuguese side who were involved there, but unfortunately Fabrizio just couldn't hang on to the ball.
Still in play. Possession secured for Les Coqs Festifs, who only seem to know one way of playing the game, and that's to barrel forward with the pack. Something very similar to the French national team, you'd have to say.
I suppose if you got those big men, you got to use them.
And the left-footed kick secures touch, but the line-out will go to DH and Libera on the 22 in the attacking end. And we've almost reached the 15th minute of this second half. 3 tries ahead, 3 scores ahead. It's looking like it's going to be Portugal's day here in the sun in DCU in this Cuchulainn Cup semi-final. Great work in the line out, skillful play. Lovely, tricky little skip there by the number 31. Wide it goes again to Terry Umberto on the outside. Dropped that time by Praga, but quickly Portuguese side managed to keep possession. And here they come through the centre, showing that their forwards have a bit of power too. Fabrizio, and through he goes. Yes, Fabrizio in behind, his second try. More great work from DH and Libera. Jubilation all round for them as they extend the lead to 24 points to 0. This is going to be a really interesting matchup in the final when they take on Leeds, because they certainly have some great skills.
Yeah, it's just a joy to watch. You can see the ball just going through the hands. Really accurate passing as well. You know, none of the players really have to check their runs or anything like that. And you just see Brandao there, number 20, and he just gets in for the try, or Fabrizio, I should say, for his second try of the game. And he made up for the last instance here where he just knocked it on the near side. So, nice bit of recovery from him.
The drop goal attempt is over. The points added by Gonzalo. And that is a whopping win for DH and Libera. I think we can say that now. Even against the wind, they've looked the better side. And at 26-0, they will definitely be going through to play Leeds in this afternoon's final. Resigned look and demeanour on the French team's faces. They really haven't managed to do anything of a attacking nature that might threaten DH and Libera. The Portuguese side just getting better and better, and now tossing the ball around with great abandon. Terry through the first challenge, great support, kicked ahead, and the referee blows the whistle. It's going to be a penalty, I think, for offside against DH and Libera.
But again, that was just another lovely flowing move there from DH to Libera, and they were kind of mixing it up as well. You know, there was some handoffs in there, some really nice offloads, and then a little chip through. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but no, they seem to have it all in their locker there in the backs.
2 minutes to go in pitch 1 here of the at the DCU Sports Complex, and it's really just a matter of playing this one out. Can there be any consolation for Les Coqs Festifs? Oh, brilliant steal in the line out. And once again they go to their trump card, which is just beautiful handling and running. Tossing the ball around for fun.
They're really enjoying themselves now.
Terry Umberto out wide to Praga, and in he goes, his first try. Try number 5 for DH and Libera. A comprehensive win for the Portuguese side as they have cruised through this second semi-final.
Yeah, absolutely superb. Again, just such a similar try to the ones we've seen before. Attacking the ball at pace, spreading it wide. And must give some credit to number 13 there, Manuela, because he's the first receiver nearly on every single occasion this ball goes wide, and it's his accurate passing which gets the back line moving. And we saw that then in the culmination of the try for Praga there.
Well, it is a beautiful game, rugby, when you see it played like this. We don't often get to see so many backs being allowed to show their skills. It's a bit of a throwback, really, to the kind of game that I would have played myself as a young man back in the 1970s.
It's all about the reckless abandon, isn't it? It's great.
So a festival of rugby illuminated by this Portuguese visiting side, and with the clock going into the red, this could be the last kick of the game. Into the wind, missed to the right of the post. The final whistle goes, and a fantastic win for DH and Libera, who celebrate in style. This wonderful performance, just brushing aside the challenge of Les Coqs Festifs.
Yeah, but the final is going to be absolutely superb because, again, two different teams. We saw this Portuguese side who scored 31 points, 4 or 5 tries, and against the Leeds side who just looked really good defensively, and they only scored maybe 1 or 2 tries themselves. So it's going to be really interesting.
Yes, it'll be the power of Leeds up front. I wonder if the scrums will be contested. That could make a big difference in that game, but we shall see later on. For now, let's revel in the enjoyment of this Portuguese touring party, who have certainly entertained the spectators here in DCU with a 5-try salvo. A magnificent performance to give us a final score of DH and Libera cruising into the final by a score of 31-0.